Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
If a good night's sleep eludes you, or if a good night's sleep is what you need the most, take it from a girl who is in a relationship with her bedtime routine. Murphy will tell you that. At 8:30 at night,
stick to it.
It doesn't matter. If George Clooney knocked on the door, I'd be like, I'm going to bed. Sorry.
I'd be the one answering the door because she'd be in bed, but I would say, I'm sorry, George.
Guess who you missed last night?
Right.
Did you bring Brad? Anyway, okay, so I read some things lately. You know that the true story is a couple of years ago, I finally got serious about my bedtime routine. I used to just be lackadaisical. People would say, what time do you go to bed? And I would say, whenever I can. And when the kids were little, Murphy, it was whenever I could, literally, when we could get them to sleep and all the things were done. And that's where mothers live. I mean, you sleep when you can. And sometimes I would stay up once everybody did finally go to sleep just to have that special stolen time of my own, right? With career and children. Sometimes you only want 20 minutes to do whatever. Look at, what's on TV or streaming or
something
anything.
That's just time to breathe a little bit. That's you,
that
right?
you feel like you chose. Mm-hmm. Well, our kids are on with their lives right now, and it's a sweet spot. And I realized I had this opportunity and I felt like I wasn't getting enough sleep. And I really do believe in the power of it.
There's a whole lot of science to back it.
You can take supplements. You can try the greatest, latest, newest thing. But if you're not getting the right amount of sleep, everything in your life will suffer, because it is when your body repairs itself, period. It's when your mind repairs itself. So you have to sleep as good as you can for everything else to fall into place. So I got serious about it. It's probably one of the most important things I've ever done for myself. I do go to bed on time. Like when the kids have something scheduled and there's a family dinner and they want to start at like 7:30 and 8, I'm like, even on the weekends, I'm like, for real? Yeah. And so on the weekends, we'll blow it out a little bit every once in a while if we get invited to something big, but on the regular.
You can still do that. Again, to frame this, you're getting up very early in the morning, 3:45 in the morning. And so Monday through Friday, it's very difficult to get 8 hours of sleep if you try to keep quote unquote regular hours.
Right.
By Saturday and Sunday, we can fudge it a little bit because you don't have to get up as early the next day.
You can fudge it, but my body still talks to me like,
sure,
it's 8:30. What are you doing? It's wonderful. The body clock really lives and breathes. So what I'm doing and what I've been reading about, which is incredible, I'm going to drop the first one on you, that people who have, in studies where people have done this, they didn't want to do it, but they put their phone in another room. You're not supposed to sleep with your device next to you. You're not supposed to sleep with it under your pillow. If you were to charge it in another part of your home, you would sleep better. Problem is, can anybody do that? I don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you have your phone configured. My phone doesn't bother me in the middle of the night. The only people that if they call are going to will cause my phone to ring would be our daughters and anybody in this room. And that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. There may be other handful of people that, I would expect to be kind of on call for.
Yeah.
But those are the only ones that'll ring my phone. My phone doesn't bother me in the middle of the night. I wonder if it's more
psychological.
I was going to say the psychological part may be that you roll over and you wake up for a second and just out of habit grab your phone before going back to sleep. I would think that's a self-induced problem.
It is.
Not as much you should put it across the room.
Sam's excited that he made the list. I could tell. He smiled when you said that he was.
I'm going to get up tonight at 11 and call. See if he answers.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've studied it. If it's near you, you're more likely to be. It's going to enter your brain that it's there and let me doom scroll, or
exactly.
Or if you receive a text in the middle of the night, I get text late from family that I don't answer until the early the next morning. But if the light comes on and it disrupts your sleep, it can disrupt your sleep, and it's psychological.
Well, I can see that if it's lighting up, but again, there are enough settings in your phone that you can keep that from happening, and you can choose emergency, favorites, whatever you want to call it, the contacts, and eliminate all of that.
Yeah. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm not saying that anybody, but if you ever thought, if you want your children to get a better night's sleep, take their phones from them at night.
Yeah. Well, that's a different, setting. To me, the reason you would want to keep, your phone by you, I mean, if single or not, if you have an emergency, you need to be able to make a call.
Correct.
And if you have your phones across the room,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To me, they've designed Android and iPhone in ways now where you can actually change those settings and make it better, for yourself.
It's just a study. Nobody's going to take your phone from you. I promise.
No, what I'm saying is it's the core of what you're saying there is that the phone is what's disrupting. If you program your phone where it doesn't do that to you,
sure,
and you've got the willpower, as you said, not to pick it up and doom scroll in the middle of the night, then it's not likely going to interrupt your sleep.
Other things to know that wreck people's sleep without them realizing: temperature of the room. We've talked about that
Definitely
100 million times.
Yeah.
You can sleep in a cool room much more easily and better than you can in a hot room. It's really difficult to sleep when it's hot.
Even in the wintertime, we keep our fan running now because if I don't have moving air to sleep, I don't sleep well.
Mm-hmm. One of my
I keep 2 fans running during the spring and summer.
On you or just in the room?
Ceiling fan, and then I have one of those little oscillating fans.
Nice.
And the air conditioner's on.
Right. That's comforting.
That's a lot of moving air.
Yeah. And if you try to sleep in a still no moving air room, it's weird.
I notice right away.
Mm-hmm. It's what you get used to. It's about body temperature, though. The temperature of the room is about your body. You can't really get into real sleep until your body temperature dips to a certain level, which is what the sticking your foot out of the covers thing is. I love that piece of scientific information. When you naturally are trying to get comfortable and it feels better for one of your legs or both to be out from under the covers, that's about your body temperature. I love that. I love it so much. If you do that tonight.
Can you sleep with your legs stuck together under the sheets?
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, me either.
I like put a sheet there or something there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing, your bedfellows. And we had that problem a long time ago when we did let dogs sleep with us. And it was just like, no, never again. We haven't for years slept with animals in the bed with us. And that's a personal decision. Sometimes you want to cuddle with a pet, but they do and can mess with your sleep.
Definitely.
Who are you sleeping with? A cat?
Well, yeah, the cat.
Yeah.
I mean, when Abu gets up and crawls into his space, where I'm sleeping, it's like in the crook of my arm. It's like, oh, so sweet. It feels so great. Mm-hmm. But then, like at 2 a.m. when he decides, hey, you know what? I need to clean myself right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Gets up and starts making biscuits, as my mom used to say, pressing up and down. They're mimicking the action of nursing when they do that, when they're making biscuits, which is sweet because it means that they think of you as like a mother.
Well, I mimic the action of helping him off the bed at that point.
Oh, okay. So bedfellows. But bedfellows doesn't just mean pets. It means who are you sleeping with? Are they snoring? Are they tossing and turning? Do you sleep with someone who talks in their sleep? There's a million things you need to think about if you're not getting a good night's sleep.
We've been really lucky about that. Neither you or I talk in our sleep. Every now and then I'll have a dream that wakes me up that causes me to make a noise.
It's so scary.
Very infrequently, but that happens. But outside of that.
Yeah, I actually don't sleep well when you're out of town, Murphy. You know that. It's just the difference. And I can even lay the pillows. And I'm even, having the little couple of days of, I can do what I want. I have to cook. I can watch Sex and the City all night, whatever I want to do. And then, but I still don't sleep as well because I'm so used to sleeping next to you.
Yeah, I know.
I put the fake pillows there and all that stuff. So bedfellows. Temperature, light in the room. Do you have to sleep in with a little nightlight? Because supposedly even any light you let in, it messes with your body's rhythm to fall asleep. It's better to sleep in darkness.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I know.
There's got to be, because if it's pitch black and I get up, I'm going to trip on something. I'm going to bump into something. There's got to be enough light where I'm not going to,
It's okay.
Because by that point, then you've really disrupted your sleep.
I've gotten used to that. When I was a little girl, it was my favorite thing in the world to spend the night with my grandparents, and I would sleep with my grandmother. And my papa would sleep in the other room, and after a while, he'd be like, "When are you kids leaving?" Sure. But I remember lying there next to her, and she would turn the lights out like pitch black. And it was scary to me because I had a nightlight in my room at home, but I was at her house and her rules. And I was like, Mama, this is so dark. She says, baby, just wait a second. In a few minutes, your eyes will adjust to the light. And you know what? She was right. Yeah. After a while, I adjusted to the room and to the light. And I think about her sometimes when I'm in, when things are really dark. Because I'm not used to it because I'm married to you now and you have little night lights.
Well, and it doesn't need to be like bright light. I don't want anything bright keeping me awake. It's just enough to be able to walk when you not trip.
But anyway, I'm really in a relationship with my bedtime routine, and it is a thing that I do with myself every night. Like Murphy knows it. It's the dark shower I do. That's not scientific. It's just something I try. I still
really
do dark.
that? Huh.
Oh, I really do a dark shower before bed.
Yeah, and I've tried it on and off, and it's not really dark. When you say dark, you would think that all the lights are out. That's not what it is. She's just not turning the light on that's in the shower itself.
So there's
she's the one in the bathroom itself stays on, but the shower light.
So when I
itself
step
isn't.
out, I can see the rug, I can see my towel. But when the water is warm and coming down on me, and I'm bathing with the body wash, it's dark. I like that
And it's
so much
interesting-
because it's a sensory thing. It does help you calm down as opposed to a bright shower.
Yeah, I was really questioning that one at first, but it's interesting. At the end of the day, when you do have intense light on you, even though it's artificial light and it's soft white, I can't deal with the harsh, what they call daylight, which is really that more bluish kind of light. I just can't deal with that. But I've tried what Jodi's talking about, and so I just turn off the light in the shower itself.
It's nice.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's just enough where, I don't know, you feel when you get out, you're like really starting to ramp down for bed versus...
Details matter.
Yeah.
Think about when you get a massage. The lights are low.
Yeah.
There's soft music. Details matter. So that's just a detail. I love a dark shower now.
Have you tried that, Sam, or you're a mood light person?
Mood light, but when I take a bath, and I like the blue lights. I usually set my lights to blue. So when I take a bath, there's nothing else on in the bathroom except the blue light over.
Nice.
So it's kind of like half a light,
Yeah,
basically.
right.
And I have my nightstand. I usually keep that one blue at night.
Okay.
Not while I sleep, but while I'm
Getting ready for bed.
Yeah,
Right.
Because to me
That's a relaxing
maybe
color.
scientifically it doesn't work, but to me that color chills me out and relaxes
Well, if it
me.
chills you out, that's all that matters.
Yeah, don't
I
worry
think
about science.
Blue is a relaxing color. It's a calm color. It's supposed to be anyway.
Purple is too.
Yes. So definitely do the dark shower, and I definitely read a little bit before bed, but try not to ever on a screen, on my Kindle or an actual book, because that actually also does. It shuts out noise, but it also it tires your eyes out. I've got several things I'm reading anyway that I'm really enjoying. That's the only thing is frustrating. It's like I want another chapter, but my body is telling me to go to sleep. So all those little things.
Even the blue light filters that you can, put on your screens for your phone, which is what I do also. And I do that with the computer screen also. I have it go into if I'm working on the computer at night, into that softer mode that's not the intense blue light.
Right.
That they say scientifically actually does prove keeps your brain activity up and going.
Yeah.
So, but even that, I'm better off not being on the screen, as I've seen. If I'm reading a paper book, then I'm, going to fall asleep. If I'm working it all on my phone or trying to knock out last minute email, computer or phone, I'm not going to sleep.
I know.
It's crazy.
You've stimulated your brain.
Yeah, that's even with the blue light filter on. I mean, my screen's almost orange, it's got so little blue light in it.
And then, of course, we sleep with rain sounds. I can't sleep without them now. I cannot do it. And there are other options. There's rainforest, there's ocean, but we happen to like rain sounds better.
If the internet goes out for some reason, it goes silent, it wakes you up.
Yes.
We're up all
so
night. It's
weird.
like, for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's something
weird.
that you can't just hope for it. You have to plan and get serious about getting a good night's sleep. And I only say this because I read about it all the time, but I know I'm doing it. I'm in a relationship with my bedtime routine.
Yeah.
So much so, Murphy it's been 2 years now that I made this change in my life. And Murphy will still walk into the bedroom going, "Are you going to bed already?" And I'm just like, "Have you met me?"
Yeah. If you have played around on both Android and Apple, I mean, kudos to them, not only for what we were talking about earlier with the calls, but sleep health is actually integrated into your phone if you set it up. Mine will flag me and tell me when it's time to go to bed. It knows, it will do the start in, and it intelligently now will tell you. It actually intelligently knows
When you wake
when
up?
it's the weekend and not somehow. But but all of those things are really built in, baked in. Maybe it's because of the science and all that, in the phone. Is yours set up for any of that, Sam?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have this. I don't have it to tell me when it's time for bed or when to wake up. I mean, I have my alarms.
I have my
on there.
body to tell me.
Right, but it's got the whole default setting thing in it I didn't actually even set it that way when I first got the phone, it told me what it was going to do.
Oh.
But sleep and wake up, and it wants to know what that cycle is. And then everything else associated with the phone itself will kick itself into sleep mode because it knows that's when I'm supposed to be going to bed. So I guess I'm just saying that, Jodi, to let you know there are tools that can actually help you if you struggle with that. Because I am one of those where, you know how I am. If I'm in a project, I don't care what time it is. I'm focused. I'm in the zone.
Yes.
I go until the project's done.
Yeah.
And or until I collapse. One of the two. It just depends.
Yeah.
So I need those kinds of reminders to flag. For
And I
me.
think that's what happens whenever you walk in. You're like, you're going to bed already because you're not paying attention to the time. But I
Right.
most definitely
Yep.
am.
Right.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.